today's tutorial, I'm working with a new product called Bloom Texture Paint from Americana Craft, and they are part of the DecoArt company. And so I'm going to start with a background of DecoArt paint, and we're just going to blend the color onto our background, and then from there we can add the bloom and watch it actually do its thing. So on my glass mat, I am going to put the paint that I want to work with. It's going to be blue and green, and we're going to try to make the background of our tag kind of a soft blend of color. And so I'm just putting the color on and moving it around, and I'm going to then come in with some white paint over the top to tone it down just a little bit. I want a little more blue in here if I can. My finger is picking up some of that color. That's okay. I want to get a little more blue in there. So let me add that to my glass mat here. And we can go ahead and put that on top. All right, and then to tone things down, I am going to come in with a nice wash of white over the top. And I'm working while the paint is still wet, so you can see that it's kind of mixing all together and giving us a nice kind of textural background. All right, so then I just need to dry this and clean this up, and then we'll come in with our next technique. So I went ahead and dried my tag, and the other thing I did was I picked up the excess paint with 2 more cards, and I figure I can use these for something else to craft with, and I really love the look. This was, I kind of blended it out using the sponge dauber, and this one I just sprayed my desktop with water and went in and picked up the color. So there's 2 different looks from the same products. So set those off to the side, and then now I need to decide what we're going to do with this. And I know I want to use the bloom on here. I have it in 2 different colors. I've got blue and green. The word I wanted to add in was this lovely kind of blue with the subtle green. I thought we could try a couple of different techniques on here, and the first one, I was going to put this on, this stencil, and pick up a wet baby wipe. And let's see what reaction we can get from the dried paint. And let's see if I can pick up any of that color, maybe activate it a little differently. It looks like I'm getting a look of some yellow in there. Let's just lift this up and see if we're getting anything. Getting a little pickup here. So very subtle, and that's fine, because we are going to come in with another technique. So, all right, let's see. Just dry this off a little bit and see if we picked up anything at all. So I think, yeah, we have a little teeny bit of texture happening. Maybe a little less than what I want. So I'm going to put this down again, and I'm going to come in with the white. And I'm going to hit it with water to make it very thin. Pick it up with a dry baby wipe. You can see the kind of action I'm getting here. And then we'll go in and rub it on there. Yeah. So very subtle, but I'm building up layers of texture, visual texture. All right. So let's go ahead and dry that again. And now I want to add in another texture. I'm putting on a different stencil and I'm going to use the bloom. Just want to make sure I have the top off of this. Yeah, okay. I think. All right, so there was a protective cap inside and I took that off. And now I'm just going to put a thin layer of that and push it through my stencil. Look. Oh, we kind of bled through our stencil, and that's okay. It's still going to be very interesting because here comes the magic. We're going to use our heat tool, and let's see how this works. So here it is, finished heating, and I don't know if you can, there you go. Can you see the dimension? And it is soft, almost fabric-like. So then here's our sentiment. I was just going to put this on with some glue stick. And the coordinating colors. And there is both our visual and tactile dimensions with the new Bloom texture paint from Americana.